Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a quick video about how you can get a free product catalog audit on your Shopify site. So this is actually a tool that I built. So if you navigate to my website, willmizbach.com, and you go here to Tools and Catalog Audit, you will be met with this page here. And what you can do is you can plug in your store's domain or your My Shopify URL, doesn't matter. So I'm going to put in one of my clients' domains here, and you'll see that it fetches the product data and everything like that. You'll notice that you don't need an API key or anything like that to fetch this data. We're just using the products.json endpoint and the meta.json endpoint to fetch this data here. So it's given us an 88 for our overall grade for our store. And if you mouse down, you'll notice all these different categories as far as things that we could potentially fix and their impact on our site. So I'm going to go through those right now. So you can see that it's analyzed 20 total products on the store, which is the total number of products on the store. It's found 58 issues, and we have a revenue impact estimate as far as how much you monthly could save fixing these issues. Keep in mind this is a very rough estimate, and it's not a guarantee as far as how much you're going to save if you fix these issues on your site. So scrolling down, you can see we have an SEO health check. The 4 checks that we do here is missing image alt text. So I find this with a lot of client sites. When they're first creating their products, they'll upload images to their products, but they will not use alt text with the images, which is bad for accessibility. And it also makes it hard for Google to understand what the image is to show it appropriately in the correct search. The second check that you'll notice that we do here is thin or missing product descriptions. And again, I'll notice this on some client sites where they will create new products, but they will not populate that description field in Shopify. And what happens if you do that is Shopify doesn't have anywhere to draw the meta description from, and so that is a huge bane on your SEO for that product. Here we have a potential duplicate product. These are products that share the same title and description, and obviously you don't want that to be the case on your store. So if you have any of these, make sure that you check those out. And then here we have SEO title and length issues. And you can see this store has 0 items flagged, but this does a length check on those categories. So coming down here, we have conversion and UX. We check if there's any products without images. Obviously, that's bad practice. Suspicious sale pricing is checking whether the sale price is set at or below. This checks whether the sale price is above or at the actual price of the product. Obviously, that's an error, and you don't want that on your site. Most themes won't even show that anyways, but we check it regardless. Now we have variant completeness and inventory metadata. This basically checks to make sure that you actually have inventory for all your different product variants and that all your different combinations of product variants exist. This can be the case when you create several different variables as far as variants, and you haven't planned for the fact that there is some combination of those variants that doesn't exist in your inventory. Another helpful check, recently updated but hidden products. These are products that were updated recently, but they aren't published on your store yet. A lot of times, these are actually intentional, so you should go through one by one to make sure that these are actually intentional, but sometimes you'll find that clients will create new products and then they forget to actually set them live on their store. So obviously, that's a big oopsie. Large product images here, again, Shopify does tend to optimize the sizing of images, but it's still not best practice to upload massive images to your site. I've noticed this with clients. Sometimes their product imagery will be like thousands and thousands of pixels by thousands and thousands of pixels, and it's just going to slow down your site. So you don't want that. So now we go to operational and data integrity. You have missing SKUs. Obviously, you don't want missing SKUs. It's going to make it hard for Google to find these products, especially in Google Merchant Center and whatnot. You want either an SKU or some sort of unique identifier for the product. Missing weights on shippable variants. Sometimes you have merchants that are shipping things and they don't have the weights set. It's not always an error. Sometimes merchants calculate their shipping manually and whatnot, but again, it's just a useful check to have. And then we have vendor name fragmentation. This checks to make sure that your vendor name is not misspelled on different products. Sometimes what I find with my clients is they've created a product and they've set the vendor to be what they would think is their company name. So for instance, with this company, All Pedal, they've set it to be All Pedal, and then on other products they have it All Pedal, but they have a dash between All and Pedal. something like that. And again, that's just going to dilute the brand name and dilute the SEO in that instance. So you don't want that. And then here, finally, we have Tag Soup, which basically is sort of the same thing, but it's with tagging. Again, a lot of times what I find is clients have uploaded products and they've gone through and they've tagged them, which is great, but they end up tagging them with tags that seem like they're the same, but they're misspelled or some are capitalized where others aren't and stuff like that. And that can end up diluting as far as when a customer goes to the product listing page and filters based upon tags, you want all of your products for the appropriate tag to show up. Anyways, so, this will just show you kind of where your site is at. And then from there, if you actually want to go and download the full audit, which we give you access to, you can enter your email here, and then it will send you an Excel spreadsheet of the full audit. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So if I enter my email here, it will generate the workbook, and then it's going to go ahead and it's going to email me a copy, and then it's also going to download it on my machine. So now I'm going to open it up. And so you can see there's some general overview data here, but the tab that you really want to navigate to here is this data tab. And so this has every single error that our check has found on your site. And so you can go through and correct these yourself. Or if you don't want to correct them yourself, let's say you have thousands of errors or something, then obviously, you can get into contact with us and we can set something up for you to correct those errors on your store. So anyways, guys, just a short video today showing off this tool. And so this is very much a work in progress tool. When you use it, I would love to get some feedback from you. Either you can email me at me@willmizbach.com or just leave some feedback in the comments of this video. And I'm excited to see what usage other merchants will get out of this. I made this tool to use it in-house actually. So the actual audit itself is pretty comprehensive, and the amount of information that we give you access to and the usefulness of it is pretty good. So anyways, guys, just a short video today, and I'll see you in the next one.